Every episode of Good American Family, Hulu's new true-life drama based on the story of Ukrainian adoptee-turned-tabloid sensation Natalia Grace, begins with a robust disclaimer. This series portrays certain allegations by the individuals involved in this story, including in court proceedings and as publicly reported. It reads in part. It reflects and dramatizes multiple conflicting points of view and does not intend to suggest that any particular allegation is the whole truth. Such lawyer-mandated equivocation could be the death knell for quality storytelling, but creator Katie Robbins' Sonny synthesizes the myriad perspectives into a solid and engaging dramatization of this headline-grabbing saga. While Good American Family is unlikely to offer anything new for the millions of viewers who've already watched the investigation discovery docuseries The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, the uninitiated will find it be an effective introduction to this very sad, sordid, and surreal series of events. In 2010, Indiana couple Christine Ellen Pompeo and Michael Barnett Mark Duplass receive a call that a little girl named Natalia Grace, Imogen Faith Reed, who was born in Ukraine with a rare form of dwarfism, needs immediate placement with family or she'll be sent to a group home. Christine, who became an advocate for children with disabilities after working with her autistic son, Jacob Ajax Dowman, urges Michael to agree to Natalia's adoption despite their ongoing marital troubles. Soon after bringing Natalia home, however, she begins to act out aggressively, and Christine starts to suspect that the little girl is significantly older than she claims to be. As Natalia's behavior becomes more violent, and the Barnett's research into her past raises more disturbing questions, Christine and Michael take extraordinary measures to remove Natalia from their lives. Good American Family spends the first 4 episodes presenting Natalia's experience from Christine and Michael's point of view. Just as the heroes and villain are thrown into sharp relief, however, the series switches to Natalia's perspective, and a new, but equally horrifying, story emerges. The real Natalia Grace has always maintained that she was born in 2003, not in 1989. As the Barnetts later alleged, and that she was still a child when Michael and Christine left her to live alone in a rented apartment in 2013. As the second half of the series unfolds, Natalia is shown struggling to survive on her own until a neighbor, Cynthia Mann's Christina Hendricks, takes her in. Meanwhile, after a lengthy investigation, Detective Brandon Drysdale Dulé Hill arrests Christine and Michael on multiple counts of neglect of a dependent. This clever, focus-shifting structure allows showrunners Robbins and Sarah Sutherland to dramatize the most lurid horror movie aspects of the story without appearing to endorse one version over another. Both sides of the nightmare get full play. Natalia as the evil interloper, standing at the foot of her parents' bed with a knife and luring her brother into oncoming traffic. Christine as the image-obsessed, physically abusive monster mom preying on her most vulnerable charge. The resulting cognitive dissonance fosters a sense of anxiety that mirrors the paranoia Christine and Natalia each feel. Why Does Nobody Believe Me? Starring in her first leading role as Natalia, Reed captures the fragility and overbearing moodiness of a school-aged child, as well as the composed attachment of a potential sociopath. Pompeo has never been a performer who radiates much warmth, but her aloof, annoyed mien gels nicely with the dogged child advocate/controlling wife version of Christine Barnett we meet in the early episodes. And the actress generates impressive menace as Natalia's version of Christine in the latter half of the season. By any account, the story of Natalia Grace and the Barnett family is dark, strange, and sometimes absurd. Good American Family doesn't always maintain a consistent tone, especially with its depiction of Michael Barnett. Depressed and cowed by his wife, Michael comes across as naive to the point of foolishness, and there are moments when his haplessness is played for laughs. Did we really need to see the guy stress vomit donuts onto a conference room table at his lawyer's office? Probably not, but Duplass resists turning his character into a joke, fusing Michael's desperate optimism with internalized panic and helplessness. As with so many series adapted from true-life events, Family can't deliver a substantive explanation for why Christine or Natalia would have done the terrible things they each accuse the other of doing. Christine, who wrote a popular memoir in 2013 about dealing with Jacob's autism, is depicted as being more focused on her burgeoning fame than what's best for her family. And an early episode shows the Barnetts taking Natalia to a child therapist, Tracy Toms, who suggests that their daughter suffers from reactive attachment disorder, which can cause behavior issues in children. Of course, the only people who know what really happened are the ones who lived it, and none of the real people depicted were involved in the series. Michael Barnett sold the rights to his story to production, but also did not participate in the making of the show. The truth, or as much of it as we'll ever know, comes into a bit more focus in the final 2 episodes of Good American Family. Still, a full understanding of what happened with Natalia Grace and the Barnett family remains out of reach. In all its configurations, Natalia's story plays on some of our most primal fears: annihilation, abandonment, shame, which may be why it continues to hold such a fascination for the public. I went into Good American Family not knowing much about Natalia Grace, and I came out knowing more, but not nearly enough. Questions were Googled, rabbit holes were entered, episodes of the investigation documentary docuseries were streamed. So be forewarned, Natalia Grace newbies. Good American Family is a gateway drug, and we are hardwired to get hooked. Grade B.